Fateh Arzaji, Sasriyaka. Today the Shabad is from Ank, that is page number 1245 of Guru Granth Sahib. It is part of Sarang Diwan. Sarang means auspicious color. It is part of Nanak Bani, and today it should be 10th of Assume, and Nanak Shai year is 557. Title of the Shabad is a bit dangerous for people out there and for me especially, because J likh veche now. J means who, likh write veche sell, now now. Cursed people sell the name of the God. That is why the title is dangerous. And I am a coward person. I am afraid of disobeying the commands of Nanak Bani, especially wars. So I could not ever dare to make even half-hearted attempt to monetize this channel, because cursed are the people who sell the name of the God. Initially, I committed mistake by asking to share and subscribe. Now I do not do this mistake of asking for sharing or subscribing, because fundamental presumption of Nanak Bani is that such guidance cannot be listened if we are not blessed ones. We cannot even listen such guidance, not to talk about following such guidance or going through such methods. We cannot even listen if there is no hukam of the Almighty. Order. Hukam is order. Or there is no another blessing of the Almighty. Or if you do not believe in God, you may presume that we cannot listen to such guidance if we are not having appropriate combination of DNA. For an example, I was in 8th class when I went through Gita many times at that time in school. But in our own house, there used to be Prakash of Guru Granth Sahib. Despite having all such religious atmosphere, I could not understand the meanings of Nanak Bani in appropriate manner, because I was not blessed at that time. So I remained rather a pathetic Sikh for whole of the life. Why? Because I was not blessed. Or you may say, I was not having appropriate DNA at that time. Now Shabad starts. Trig tina ka jivya. Trig is cursed. Tina, their, ka, of, jivya, living. Cursed is their living, that is fitemu. Punjabi word, Hindi word is fitemu. I don't know this word curse is conveying the meaning properly or not. It is rather fitemu is their life. Whose life? Je likh veche now. Je who likh write veche sell now name. Who sell the name of the God? Cursed, fitemu is their life. That is why I was afraid of. So this is an example. Kheti jinki ujjade. Kheti is crop, standing crop. Jin, whose key of ujjade is damaged, whose crop is already damaged. Sometimes the crop, standing crop, is damaged due to weather or insects. It is that stage. When crop is already damaged, khalwade kya thaun? Khalwade is harvest. Kya means what? Thaun means place. What is the use of harvest, harvesting, or place for keeping the harvest when crop is already damaged? When crop is already damaged, what shall be the benefit of cutting that crop, getting out the wheat out of that, storing it in khalwada? I'm not clear about the meaning of this word, but is difference between crop and harvest. Standing crop is already damaged. So there is no use at all of cutting that crop, getting out the wheat, storing that in khalwada for selling. Now, whose crop is already damaged? Those who sell the name of the God. They are dishonored. They shouldn't even think about getting an honor in the place of the God. That is, in your own mind. They lose self-esteem at the very first instance. They sell the name of the God. Now, Sache sarme bahare. Sache is true. Sarme is toil, hard work. Bahare, outsiders. People who do not do true toil. Now, true toil is what? True hard work is listening to the command of your own mind where God lives. Now, this is a difficult task. That is why it is called toil, hard work. Because we are swayed by the spell of uncalled for lust, greed, ego, etc. And we opt to go in the way of bad or uncalled for lust, greed and ego in place of listening to the command of our own mind. We know that the task is bad, still we do it. That is why listening to the command of the mind is a difficult task. It is toil. It is hard work. Sache sarme bahare, who do not do hard work, who do not listen to voice of their mind. Agge lahe na dad. Same. Agge means further. Further is in the mind, in the place of the God. Lahe, get, no, not dad, appreciation. Who do not do true hard work, that is, who do not listen to the command of the mind, that is conscience, they are not respected in the palace of the God, that is their own mind. Who sell the name of the God. They are dishonored at the place of the God, that is their own mind. Akli e na akhiye. Akli is brilliance. This, no, not akhiye, called. Brilliance is not called. That is not called brilliance. It is not called brilliance. What is not called brilliance? Akal gavaiye baad. Akal means brilliance, gavaiye, waste, lose. Baad is in arguments. It is not brilliance if we waste our time and energy in arguments. During those times when Nanak Bani was written, people from different religions, learned people, used to argue whose religion is better. That is called wasteful by Babaji. Not to argue unnecessarily. Argument is wastage of your energy. Akli Sahib Saviye. No, this is wastage of energy to argue about religion. Whose religion is better, like that. Akli Sahib Saviye. Akli means real brilliance is Sahib God, Savior, serve. Real brilliance is in serving the God. No, what is serving the God? You can't offer tea or food to the God. You cannot do massage to the God. How will we serve the God? Only method of serving the God is Simran. Simran is from Smriti Tatu of Sanskrit language. Smriti means remembrance, memory. And Simran means remembering. So only method of serving the God is remembering Him. And remembering the God is for only one purpose. That is to be afraid of doing evil. And when we start listening to the command of our own mind, that is conscience, we automatically become afraid of doing evil. It is automatic. So we are to simply listen to the command of our own mind, and it shall be presumed that we are serving the God. So brilliance is in serving the God. That is listening to the command of our own mind. Now it is completing the meaning. Akali paiye maan. Brilliance is in serving the God. Akali, brilliance is, what is serving the God? Paiye maan. Paiye means in getting. Maan is the honor. Brilliance is in getting the honor in the court of the God. Only honor talked about in Gurbani is honor in the palace of the God. And palace of the God is in our mind. So honor should be in our mind. That is honor or respect in our own eyes. That is the true brilliance. Doing those acts that our respect in our own eyes increases. So it is Papaji stating, not me. So honor in your own mind is honor in your own eyes. When we listen to the command of our own mind where God lives, or conscience, if we do not believe in God, we rise in self-esteem. Again automatic. So we are brilliant if we find honor in our own eyes at the place of the God. That is our own mind. Akli pad ke bujji. No further, Babaji is illustrating the same thing. Akli, brilliance is pad, reading, ke, by, bujji, knowing. Brilliance is knowing by reading. Brilliance is knowing the above factum of man, this thing, by reading the scriptures. In this case, Gurbani. पढ़ के बुझिए, knowing after reading. Akali kiche dan. No, brilliance is akali brilliance. Kiche do, dan is charity. It is not charity giving to beggars. No. In this Shabad, as per Tika of Paisal Singh, best form of charity is. What is the best form of charity as per Nanak Bani? That is listening to the command of our own mind where God lives, that is conscience, and asking everybody to listen to the voice of our own mind, that is conscience. This is best form of charity as per commentary of Pai Sahib. Not me, I am not that much competent. So we can just ask everybody to listen to the command of the mind. We can't force, because to listen to that command, you have got to be blessed one. There has got to be hukam or blessing of the God, or we are supposed to have appropriate DNA. If our DNA is vitiated, despite knowing everything that by listening to the conscience we rise in self-esteem, we shall not opt to do that, because our DNA is corrupted, like the file is corrupted in the computer. So Nanak Akhe Ra, this is concluding line. Nanak Babaji Akhe says Ra, passage, best passage, expressway. A is this. Nanak says this is the best way to know how to relish. The ways told by Vedas or Puranas were differentiated by Babaji by stating that methods described in Vedas were very good, but they were true in those times. In Kali Yuga, in this age, in dark age, Kirtan is the best way. Simran. Now Simran again, remembering the God. Remembering for being afraid of doing evil. To be afraid of doing evil, we are supposed to listen to the command of the mind. If we listen to the command of our mind where God lives, or command of the conscience, we automatically become afraid of doing evil. So this is the best passage to lead a happy life, or best way to relish. Hor gallan shaitan. Hor mean other, gallan talks, shaitan evil. So this shaitan is not like shaitan of Christianity. It is simply evil is, shaitan is called evil because it misleads. How it misleads? It pushes us to go for lust, greed, ego, which is, we know that will cause our loss, will give us tension, will put a burden on our mind, will lessen our own honor in our own eyes. Despite that, we opt to go for such lust, greed, ego, etc. Not called for lust, greed, ego, not called for. That is called evil. So all other talks are simply shaitan, evil. So conclusion is not to sell the God's name. This is very badly prohibited. But what is happening? Everybody is selling the name of the God out there in deras, babas. Second is not to waste time in arguments whose religion is better. Wasteful. Total wastage of your energy. And true brilliance is in listening the or complying with the command of the mind where God lives, and asking others to do the same. That is, to listen to the conscience is best form of the charity. So this is, what is this? Do not argue, listen to the conscience, not to sell the name of the God, do not do trade in the name of the God. This is all common sense. Every reasonable person of ordinary prudence knows this. So there is nothing like a religion in the Nanak Bani. All Nanak Bani is pure common sense. Pure common sense. It is simply telling us the best method to lead a very good life, enjoyable life, relishing. But traders of religion, they appear on the scene just after the Pegambars, like Baba Nanak. At that time also, a Kachi Bani was created to do trade of the religion. And the invaders from the Central Asia of the early time, they demolished Golden Temple. Why? They were having the impression that Sikh warriors gather their strength from their water of Golden Temple. But thereafter, people who occupied this country, they were more shrewd and more clever. They came to know that real strength of Sikh warriors is not in religious places, but their real strength is philosophy of Nanak Bani. So they made every effort after this year to demolish the philosophy of Nanak Bani by misinterpreting it. So since then, at least, we are listening to the people who sell the name of the God, who trade in the name of the religion. And these people who sell the name of the God, traders of the religions, they are deciding what are the do's and don'ts of the religion. Baba Nanak, Babaji wanted to bring us out of the marshy lands, that is complications of religions. But we have again fallen deep in same marshy lands due to misinterpretation of Gurbani, Nanak Bani after this, especially. So just have a look. All the deras which came into existence in North India, they were started by ex-servicemen. Was it a coincidence? Can it be so? How it could have happened? Who could have forced them to open the deras to commercialize the religion. And most damaging act of such deras and babas was to misinterpret Nanak Bani. And still, till date, we are every day misled that this is the way of Sikhi, which is not. Babaji said, Naal kirada dosti can never happen. You can never have friendship with a kirad. No, who is kirad? Kirad is trader of the religion who sells name of the God. But Babaji prohibited this. He wanted us not to have any relation with the kirad, that is traders of the religion who sells the name of the God. But what is happening? Kirads are sealing our fate. Kirads are dictating us the rules of the religion. Every religion is having the kirads, traders of the religion who sell the name of the God. So what should be the test? Whether a Baba is fraud or is a genuine Baba. So there should be only one test to know that Baba is a fraud or not. We have to see whether that Baba or Dera is selling the name of the God or not. Simple words. This is what Babaji said. In today's language, it should be whether that Dera or Baba is asking you to give money. If he is asking for money, he is a kirad, that is trader of the religion. That is seller of the name of the God. If I am asking you to follow a particular path, passage, way, guided by the Gurbani, why should I need money from you? Why should any teacher, any believer of Gurbani or Vedas should ask for money to you? We don't think. So we ought to forget everything else, but listen to the voice of our own mind where God lives, or follow the command of our own mind or conscience. And if we will do so, we will akli pave man, Babaji said. We will rise in self-esteem. Akali paiye man. Brilliance is in getting the honor in the place of the God, that is our mind, that is our own esteem. Honor, respect in our own eyes is the respect in the eyes of the God, as is dictated by the Nanak Bani you have seen above. So in the end, tagline, I earnestly wish that you all start following the command of your own mind where God lives, or command of the conscience if you do not believe in God, and you all start relishing. That is my earnest wish. Fateh Arza ji, Sat Sri Akal.